Hi everybody, I wanted to do a video on fever because it's such a common thing for people to worry about. And fever is natural and it is something that we shouldn't be so fearful about. So in pediatrics, we consider a fever 100.4, 100.4. This is a number that has not had any points added to it. So for example, if you have taken your child's temperature under the armpit, please don't add a point to that, okay? Just tell us, hey, I took the temperature under the arm and it was 99, okay? I know many daycares and maybe even schools have added a point to it because they read that a skin temperature is often 1 point lower than, say, an oral temperature. That doesn't mean you should be adding points to it and then, say, dismissing a child from school because once you added the point, it became 100.4. Because often kids are running around and that might elevate their skin temperature, or maybe they were overbundled and that increased their skin temperature. How do we take temperatures here in the office? Well, correctly, if the child is old enough, oral temperature is the correct way. If they're really young, we'll take it rectally. We'll do a skin temperature for a screening, and then if it seems high, I will take it in a more accurate way. The ones that swipe, you probably already have realized are going to give you inaccurate readings. When do I get concerned about a fever number? I get concerned about a fever number of 105 or higher. Why do I get concerned about that number? Because 105 or higher increases the likelihood that there is a bacterial infection involved. That means that it's more likely you will need antibiotics, okay? That doesn't mean your child is at risk of a brain problem from the fever. That normally occurs at 106 or higher, okay? If you have a 104 in a child, that is pretty common in things like flu. So, you don't need to panic. You can call us, text us. We'll tell you what to do. We'll tell you the appropriate dose of Tylenol or Motrin for your child in that age and weight category, okay? So fever is the appropriate response for your body, your child's body, to infection. It is an attempt for your child's body to get rid of an infection. So we don't need it to come down all the way to normal when your child has a fever. The attempt to give your child Tylenol or Motrin is to make them comfortable, to bring it down 1 point, okay? So if your child has a fever, you don't necessarily have to treat it if they're comfortable. You can treat it if they're uncomfortable, and that goal is to make them more comfortable and to bring the temperature down by 1 point. Do not necessarily alternate the medications Tylenol and Motrin once your child has a fever just because, okay? That's not the plan. It should not be the plan, okay? You should give a dose of Motrin, say, and wait and see what happens, okay? You'll never know how long the fever lasts or how high it'll get if you just automatically dose, okay? If you're nervous about the fever, you certainly can call your physician. Or for me, you can text me, okay? But it's not something we need to panic about because it's just a sign or symptom of an illness, just like sneezing, coughing, sore throat, headache. All of those are symptoms, so is fever. So there's not a need to panic. It's just a need to notice that your child is sick, okay? So again, 105 or higher, temperature of 100.4 or higher is considered a fever, and please don't add a point, okay?